The question isn't how to change. The question is, do you really want to change? See, samurai didn't have to try to make righteous decisions, and they didn't need an ethics coach to motivate them to do what was right. They actually wanted to follow this discipline, even when no one was looking, because it was part of their spirit. At that time, forgiveness and letting go of my anger was not something that was part of my spirit. I began to embrace the philosophy, no good deed goes unpunished. If my faith in people was a stock, it would have been plummeting at that time. And despite everything I learned from the icon about generosity and investing in people, my return on investment felt like I had Bernie Madoff managing my human capital portfolio. Vincent, just like you, I also understand through firsthand experience that this righteousness is not always reciprocated. One of the biggest lessons I've learned from my wife, Maria, is that we cannot allow other people's greediness to make us less generous. We cannot allow other people's lack of ethics make us less honorable. The great samurai warrior, Miyamoto Musashi, once said, "Today is the victory over yourself of yesterday, and tomorrow is your victory over lesser men." This is what gi, or righteousness, is all about. Never compare yourself to others. Instead, compare yourself to who you were yesterday, asking yourself, am I a more honorable person than I was the day before? This is the only thing that matters to samurai, Takeo said. But why be generous with people if all they do is stab you in the back? It doesn't seem fair, I mildly argued. Takeo responded, true righteousness is the belief in justice as a fundamental. This is the first virtue of the Bushido Code. But in order to truly embody this virtue, you must subscribe to the belief that this way of living is what defines you as a man. This commitment to do what is right is not something you find among common men. The samurai knew they were not common men, and they accepted the fact that common men would oftentimes act dishonorably. They expected this. They accepted this. They embraced this. Takeo continued, the second tenet of the Bushido Code is you, which translated into English is courage. And when we go through challenges as severe as what you're going through right now, we have to tap into a deeper level of courage, the courage to admit that we're lost. You're lost right now, which can be a scary thing to admit, but this is actually the first step in finding the extra gear you need to get through this challenging time. Extra gear? Takeo, with all due respect, I'm working as hard as I possibly can right now, I respectfully yet defensively proclaimed.